Formula 3 moves away from Bahrain and goes down under. For the very first time, we're at the Albert Park Street Circuit in Melbourne, Australia. It is round 2 of 10, and after the opening weekend being won by Marti and Bortolallo, we're here in Australia. Then we have a little bit of a break before May coming in as well for Emilia-Romagna. Then Monaco making its return to the calendar. Spain is the halfway point of the season. Austria follow them by Silverstone. Hungary, Belgium and Italy in early September round out the 2023 campaign. It's the 2023 Formula 3 Australian Grand Prix, and let's take a look back at what happened in practice and qualifying. Welcome to Australia. For the first ever time, the FIA Formula 3 Championship is heading down under. It's round 2 of the Formula 3 season. The Albert Park Street Circuit in Melbourne plays hosts, and this track is awesome. We're going to be seeing some especially quick lap times. The beautiful backdrop of the Melbourne city, exactly what we need to see. It's 8:51 in the morning, and coming out of turn 4 is a barrel of Formula 3 cars. The first ever time these cars will take to this circuit in the series history. And finally, Formula 3 and Formula 2 later on today make their appearance at this great circuit. It's the AusGP, it is Formula 3, and practices go. Let's see what we're going to have. Track temperature 16.7 degrees, air temperature 14.8 degrees. Wind speed at 2 meters per second, 73% humidity. The track is dry, as we know, which is a great sign. Overnight rain, which means the track is ever so slightly damp, but not exactly up to full speed just yet. We've got a problem with the 19 down there in the pit lane as well, having to be pushed back. But the session is go, cars in the pit lane and the fast lane, and now this is going to be especially weird. This is a live practice session before we even get to Formula 2 or Formula 1. It's weird seeing single-seaters. This is the 70th anniversary of the Australian Grand Prix. 1953 was the first ever race in Australia for Formula cars back at Albert Park. We used to run the opposite way around the lake. And now, after 1997 was when Formula 1 came here to Albert Park for the first time in a new generation. It's the first time in that long as well, 25 years that we've had these cars out the track. They're building up for push laps, and it's also nice to see. It's 8:50 in the morning, and we've got the nice sunshine of Albert Park that we like. We are go for practice. So we mentioned the 19 having problems of Tommy Smith. He's out of the car, and the team are working on the rear left-hand side of that car. So it looks like he might not be in for any more running in this session. It's going to be a crucial session to his practice. So he's got 33.5 minutes to get that fixed. Gabriel Mini fastest. Paul Aron is in second. Then we get Johnny Edgar, Zach O'Sullivan, and Fauna Only down to 6th position as Luke Browning's jumped up into second with a 1:36.120 in the opening stages of this practice session. Marti crossed the line, 11th at the moment. Does he jump up the order? Jose Maria Marti from 11th to 3rd with a 1:36.339 across the board. And Gregory Saucy going off the track there, causing yellow flag deep into the gravel coming out of turn 13, keeping it back on after jumping over a little bit. Bogdanovic is in 6th position now, 1:46.545 on the board in this session. All looking strong so far. Zach O'Sullivan through the gravel now in the 3rd sector, and we've got another yellow flag and a car on the wall. It's the 12 of Johnny Edgar, and this is sure and has done so to bring out a red flag with 31 minutes left on the clock. Now that is coming out of turn 12, and they've reduced the runoff area this year. it's similar now to where we have it. Well, it's because of Carlos Sainz's crash last year, so they've reduced the runoff area there. So red flag, Edgar crashed into the wall, and that's going to delay everybody's session on the check. Now look, the clock has continued to keep going. It has not stopped as it originally did at 31 minutes. So red flag then, and I presume we're going to see a replay of it now. Edgar's come in, clipped the curb at the entrance of turn 10, yet lost the rear into the gravel, opens backwards and hard into the Tech Pro barrier. And fortunately for Johnny Edgar, loses the rest of the session, and the red flag comes out. On board with Bogdanovic, he sees it all happening in front of him. And it's so easy to do in a low formula car through that part of the track, lose the rear and hit the wall backwards. Red flag out then. Green light, away we go, and the cars head back out onto the track here down under for the practice session for the Formula 3 World Championship. Gabriel Mini fastest, 1:35.515. Then it's Aron, Browning, Tusolo, Marti, Bogdanovic, Edgar, O'Sullivan, Fornerino, and Saucy the top 10 as the cars venture back on the track. 21 minutes of running then they will get. They've lost 11 minutes of practice time. Can they get it back up before the qualifying begins? We're into the simulations now, folks. Got a yellow flag in sectors 1 and 3, and that is why the 25s come to a stop just in between the pit lane of Hugh Barter. And Hugh gets going again, gives out the green flag, so it's coming out the last corner as well. He just got stuck on the pit entry exit, sort of half on, half off, and then just at the side of the road. Boyer, Maria Boyer goes top. Oh, and Bortolino goes top. 1:35.506, mini second. Marie Boyer in third position. So time's coming through thick and fast. This is what happened further back. We've got 2x2 coming up. Oh, bit on the dirt. The car's going to spin round and do a 360. And Hugh Barter in the Campos, looking not to get collect anybody, and was able to get the car restarted. We've also had someone through the gravel down at turn number 3. Looks like one of the Rodin Carlin boys who have gone straight on there. Taking a look, it is indeed one of the Carlings. It's the 21 of Young as well. He's gone straight on the track. So keeps on going there as well. Zach O'Sullivan fastest, 1:35.499 then with 15 minutes to go. With Bortolo second, Mini third, Mansell fourth across the board. Marti jumps up the order into fourth position, 1:35.622. And Wisnicki going off the track at turn 3 as well. And other drivers getting caught up by the difficulties at turn 10 at the exit as well, running off the track. This is going to be, that was a bit of fairer as well. This is going to be a big talking point, I feel, across the next sessions, especially going into qualifying later on today. The Formula 3 guys are really going to struggle an awful lot. So 4 minutes to go the session, fingers crossed, everyone's looking good. It's Gabriel Bortello on top, 1:33.916. Gregory Saucy goes third, 1:34.000 across the board, so 84 thousandths slower, but the top 3 separated by 84 thousandths of a second is an insanely short amount of time. As Marti on a push lap, fastest sector 1 of anybody. Middle sector is green with a personal best. A little bit of a mistake coming through turn 10 as well, but continuing to boot it hard now and see where they'll get up to as they come into the last couple of minutes of this session. Can he find any grip out of 11? The rear of the car sliding around a bit too much as well. Pushing hard. 2 corners left. Got a yellow flag somewhere on the circuit, and that's why there's a car gone straight on in towards turn number 13 and 14. Don't know which one that is as Franco Colapinto comes into the pit lane. Marti goes top. Jose Maria Marti top, 1:33.731. As Kushmani goes 8th, 1:34.225. Boyer goes 9th, 1:34.262. Green flag's out and everyone back up. Final minute then. Looks like a practice session this season for Formula 3 is going to end without a red flag, which is unlike what happened in Bahrain. Gregory Saucy up to second. It's Zach O'Sullivan the fastest on a 1:33.495. Bortolello crosses the line from 4th, stays 4th, 1:33.761. Gabriel Mini looking faster as well in the middle sectors. He's up actually, personal for sector 1, fastest, sector 2, fastest as well by over 3.5 tenths of a second. Checkered flag is out for this practice session as well. Fornarilo goes 7th as well, just before the checker flag comes out. Paul Aron, then Beganovic and Tusolo in the top 10. And off goes Mini through the gravel at 13, getting too wide. The rear snaps. And what started at sunshine 45 minutes ago, we've now had clouds start to roll over the circuit. The threat of rain was coming for practice. Boyer goes 2nd, 1:33.528. Marty goes 4th. Browning in a 6th position ahead of Mini. And Zach O'Sullivan looking absolutely flying in the Prima right now. 1:33.495 was the first time on the board. Looks like he's going to remain confident at the front as they continue to push on. Everyone now just completing their lap times as the checkered flag has come out to conclude this practice session. Out of turn 14, into the right at 15, and then boot it hard towards the line. Zach O'Sullivan sets the fastest time of the practice session, a 1:33.470. 58 thousandths of a second separate him and Marie Borio as well, who's in P2. And the checker flag comes out for everybody to round out their lap times. And this was Gabriel Mini making the mistake coming out of turn 13 and 14. Too much speed on the entry. The rear is going to step away as soon as the car hit the curb, and straight off across the track he goes. Zach O'Sullivan, though, fastest in practice. So it's Zach O'Sullivan from Boyer, Saucy, Marty, the top 4 with Bortolello 5th, Browning, Mini, Barta, Fornarilo, Aaron who completes out the top 10. What a session! Let's see what qualifying has to offer. And now it's time for qualifying. Welcome back down under to Albert Park, Melbourne. For the very first time, the FIA Formula 3 Championship makes its way to Australia to follow the Formula 1. It's Melbourne, it's Australia, it's qualifying. The dark clouds beginning to roll in to take away the late summer sun here in Australia. Track temperature 35.9 degrees, air temperature 18.7 degrees as well. It's dry at the moment, but afternoon rain is going to play the factor. But 30 minutes is all the F3 drivers will get for their first ever qualifying out here in Australia. What's going to happen? Green light is underway shortly as well. This morning we had a pretty disturbed running as well. They lost 10 minutes due to a red flag as well, with cars hitting the wall coming out the back. Johnny Edgar making contact as well, losing out on a few. So it's going to be very entertaining to see what they're going to have here this afternoon. Green light goes on in 7 seconds, now in 5 as well, and the first part of qualifying will be underway. 30 minutes of action is go now. So who's it going to be then? Who's got the best advantage as the green light goes on and the cars head out on the circuit? Can they get out of the pit lane though? That's the main question as well. 27, over 30 cars coming in there. Can they all get through cleanly? Yes, they can. Heading out onto the circuit, one at a time. Bedrin goes out there. Marty 2 follows the next train of cars. Here we are then. 30 minutes of qualifying. They'll do a warm-up lap, then a banker lap, and then we'll start seeing the push laps come in. Oh, and Marty's hit the wall! Marty's hit the wall massively coming out of turn 10. It's brought out the red flag and that was a huge hit. The car literally just drifting into the barrier. Jose Maria Martin, we were watching him go round as well on the lap, and he was the one we were all watching thinking, oh, this is going to be the banker lap time, and he's hit the wall.
Turn, head, can't be made, there's a big junk car in the wall.
Oh my word. So red flag is out. Jose Maria Marti hits the wall, exit at turn 10. It's broken the front suspension completely on both sides. Rear's done. Got a little bit wide with the exit curve, drifted into the wall, and out goes Jose Maria Marti, and he will start this race 30th and last across both. Well, that is his weekend ruined here in Australia. Absolutely ruined. And the red flag is out. The session is suspended. 24:14 left on the clock. This is how it happened then. Take a listen. Now the switchback. Gets it crossed over in the gravel and hits the wall and does the dummy around. Jose Maria Marti's out then. Just literally catches a little bit of oversteer mid-corner over a little bit of a bump that's appeared. It caught a lot of the F1 drivers out as well. It's caught out Martin. It just sends him towards the wall. Nothing he could do about it as well. It's literally just a little bump, and it just reelings the car around, and it just into the wall hard. Wow. Red flag then, session stopped. Nobody done a banker lap time. I'll have to do it all again with less time on the clock. Green light, and away we go for FIA Formula 3. Nikita Bedrin stalls, trying to come out of the pit lane. So it leads it out with Mansell leading him out on the track. Now, we have had some times on the board, and that is Marti, but now he's going to lose his time, 156.088. Then we had Mansell 159s, but nobody has set an overall banker lap time. So they're all going to have to go out there and do it again and hope there's not another red flag, otherwise everyone's going to be less than 20 minutes to do an outlap, a flyer, and do that twice. It takes around about 9 minutes to do both of those lap times. So they've really got to be on their case now and really got to start pushing in this qualifying session. 20% chance of rain, and it's still getting up there. It's still closing in with the clouds coming in, and the track temperature now 33.1 degrees. The rain is starting to come in here into Australia, so they've got to push hard now as well. First lap times coming on the board then, as it's Browning on top, but here comes Bortolello as well across the line and does a 1:34.064, 2 tenths quicker than Browning's time. Saucy third, then it's O'Sullivan, Colapinto, Mini, Fornaroli, Frederick, Goleth as well, add on in 10th position, and more cars, and that's Murray Boyer in the 19, drifting across the gravel, the exit in the 910 chicane. More cars hitting the bump, getting dirty offline and just skating off into the gravel. And it's just getting utterly chaotic here at the moment in Formula 3. Formula 1 was chaotic. We're in for a great weekend if everybody keeps making these mistakes. There's, again, more problems now for Nikita Bedrin in the Genza Motorsport, going wide at the exit at turn 13. Everyone's struggling out there for grip, but it is Gabriel Bortolello who's on top, 1:34.064 at the moment, with Browning second in the high-tech. Franco Colapinto crosses the line and goes 4.5 tenths faster than Bortolello as well. It's a 1:33.588. Bortolello, then it's Browning, Saucy, O'Sullivan, the top five, Boyer. Then we get Gabriel Mini as well in 7th position. Carl Collette 8th as well. Fornarilo, an element. That's all changed around now as well, because we've got up into 6th position as well. Well, Bortolello, O'Sullivan goes second, so 7th now for Dino Begnovic as well. Colapinto, O'Sullivan, Aragon now goes in 3rd position as well. And Bortolello fastest first sector of anyone, slow middle sector. Frederick goes up into 7th position as well. Tusolo down into 13th. Bortolello goes 3rd, 1:33.620. So times beginning to change at the front of the field. but 12 thousandths of a second separates Franco Colapinto and Zach O'Sullivan, but the top three separated by 32 thousandths of a second as Golez goes 7th. You really can't separate anybody in Formula 3. An insanely close top three. Mini's in 12th position as well, just locking at the rear tyre, flying the car through over the rumble strips at turn 14. Again, Browning doing the same thing. Ed goes up into 12th position then as well. Franco Colapinto, still the fastest runner, as up into 18th. Hugh Barter, now Taylor Barnard as well. Gabriel Mini goes into 5th position. Browning stays in 9th. Into Bruce time, not position. Look at that. Track temperature now fallen to 32.5 degrees. Air temperature 18.6. The cloud cover starting to blow over the start-finish straights, beginning to get a bit impossible. Beganovic as well moving up there. Saucy goes 4th. Maney goes into 11th position. Bortoletello doesn't improve. Last sector, loses out a lot of time. So therefore stays in 3rd position. 5:10 to go. Oh, there's a yellow flag as Franco Colapinto's lap time has been deleted as well. Yellow sectors 1 and 3. Now with 4 minutes 40 left on the clock, it's enough time to red flag and restart. They need to. This is a permanent yellow, so someone spun coming into the last corner at turn 14 and caused a problem with the track. It's still yellow at the moment. Oh, and it's a big one into the wall for the number 7 of Kalen Frederick in the ART. Broken rear left suspension. Red flag out with 4:19 left on the clock. And that is coming out the last corner. So he's hit the wall in an oversteer moment and dragged the car down. Oh, and the 21's got damage on the front wing nose cone as well. So that is Hunter Yarni as well, who's got no front wing. So I wonder if there's been contact between the two of them coming out the last corner. Certainly seems possible. We'll have to take a look in a few seconds' time on a replay. But red flag out, 4:19 on the clock before we get going again for the restart procedure. The qualifying cutoff time is a 1:40.139. And so far, everybody is inside that time, bar Jose Maria Marti. Will have to apply to the stewards to stay in. So what caused this red flag then that we've got out there on the circuit? We haven't seen a replay just yet. Here we go. So this is going to be, I presume, Kalen Frederick, normal part of the corner. I think he's going to lose it and hit the wall. Let's see. Yeah, got too much on the rumble strips and rubs into the wall, akin to what Michael Schumacher did back in 2006 on the rumble strips and into the wall hard.
Well, I shoved it in the last corner because somebody got in the way.
So red flag, session stopped, 4:19 left on the clock, enough for one out lap and push lap in this Formula 3 qualifying in Australia. Green light, away we go for the final 4 minutes of the Formula 3 qualifying here from Albert Park, Melbourne. Who will start on pole position for the sprint race tomorrow as well? So far, it's Franco Colapinto, 1:33.588. Zach O'Sullivan, Bortolillo, Saucy, Fornarillo as well, all in there. Paul Aron, Gabriel Mini, Golez, Browning, Frederick. The top 10, anybody from that top 10 could sneak their way through into the record books. Anything could happen to be the first Formula 3 driver on pole in Australia. It's too tempting. They'll have one more lap and then they'll go for it. Maney goes 9th as well, and then we get Taylor Barnard in the 12th position. The checkered flag is out in 30 seconds time. Mini up towards the line then. Everybody going for their fast lap. Carl Collette goes into 7th position now, down into 9th position. Gabriel Mini goes top, 1:33.307. 0.2 of a second faster than Franco Colapinto. Absolutely electric stuff. Got a yellow in the first sector and it's staying. Is that going to bring out a red flag? Who is it? First of all, it's down at turn number 1. That's causing incident. I haven't seen anything. Saucy's gone top. Gregory Saucy. Paul Aron goes into 3rd position. Beganovic goes 6th. O'Sullivan now goes 3rd. Checkered flag is out. So whatever it was, they're going to leave it because it was in the last sector. It was in turn number 1, sector 1. They're just going to leave whoever it is down there. Into the last corner then. Bortolello, fastest of all. First sector, slow. Middle sector, end of the sector. Oh, he's taken to pole position. 1:33.025 for Gabriel Bortolello. Fantastic time on the board. And coming to a stop, is that Gabriel Mini? It is. P3, Gabriel Mini, has gone off at the first corner. And it's not going to red flag the session, but he's gone off the track. Oh, and we've got a big one there for the 26 coming out the last corner. Now it's a red flag situation. Wheels off in the middle of the track. Session stopped. Nikita Bedrin has hit the wall hard out the last corner. Checkered flag. Where's the red? Because of the cars in the way. They haven't stopped the session. Just a yellow flag at the moment. And Nikita now we've got a red flag to stop the session and confirm everything's stopped. Nikita Bedrin has taken off the front left and rear left suspension down into the last corner. And this is how he's done it. Oh, rear got lost. He got on the way wide, and the rubber of the rear tyre bouncing across the track, coming back across as well. Just literally turns it in, the rear hits, and bang into the wall. Bedrin out, nasty hit. And with Gabriel Mini stopped at turn 1, which one of them caused the red flag? This is Gabriel Mini, because you lose your fastest time, remember. Mini locks up, goes straight on, and gets stuck in the gravel trap at the first corner. Well, it all kicks off, but it ends with a red flag. It's Gabriel Bortolello who goes fastest and takes pole position for the feature race, a 1:33.025, and it will be Sebastian Montoya on pole for tomorrow. And Franco Colapinto's had a moment across the gravel as well, out of turn 12. But it's all kicked off here in Australia. Wow. Red flag though, session stopped. Gabriel Bortolello is on pole position for Formula 3's feature race. And Montoya should have the sprint as well. Not bad at all. What a race we've got lining up then tomorrow in the sprint race. Let's hear from Bortolello.
Let's hear from our pole sitter.
E Forna. Grande Forna, bravissimo, bravo. P4, grande Leo, bravo.
So, it's Gabriel Bortolello on top, 1:33.025, then Saucy, Mini, Fornarolo, O'Sullivan, the top 5. What will tomorrow bring? Time will tell when we go racing for Formula 3's sprint race.